While many teens are trying to keep up with the latest trends, one Fitchburg boy is more interested in the past.
NBC 15's Aaron Sullivan introduces us to this young history buff.
Ken Potts is one of the last living survivors of World War II.
When it comes to who's who in World War II,
This is Julia Parsons.
13-year-old Henry Schoepke is the one to go to.
Gail Halverson, who dropped candy to Berliners during the Berlin airlift.
This Fitchburg teen is a historian in the making.
Agnes Ward and many women who served.
But forget the books. He learns history from those who lived it.
It's pretty crazy, some of the things they went through.
He collects the signatures.
They signed it in Japanese and English.
And the stories.
I have 2 other binders, too.
Of hundreds of our nation's heroes.
That's Frank Rissinger. I've actually called him a few times.
Henry spends most of his free time writing letters and making phone calls to veterans all across the nation.
They are pretty surprised, probably, most of them. Some of them get a lot of letters, but not really from, people as young as me, so.
And if you're wondering why a 13-year-old would spend so much time learning about the past, he's wondering why more of them don't.
Veterans do so much for us, they fight for us, and I'm here because of them, so I think it's important for their stories to be told, and to respect them and thank them.
His mission to connect with even more of them led him to the Veterans Breakfast Club.
This is our VBC happy hour.
I contacted them and I came on a program to ask for autographs, and I just kept coming.
These virtual storytelling hours have become the highlight of Henry's week.
I try to make it whenever I can.
And his presence doesn't go unnoticed.
He's mature beyond his years, and it's impressive to us.
Donald Nemchek is a Vietnam-era Navy veteran who visits with Henry regularly.
Henry is just a gem for us, and we just welcome him.
And turns out a couple other teens also share Henry's passion.
I just always had a determined interest in those veterans.
Sitting behind the screen in other states, Connor and Trey are loyal VBC members too.
It's a picture of the Polaris.
To see these young men, patriotic, enthused about what they're doing, inquisitive, so polite and well-spoken.
For Henry, it's just the start of making new friends, young and old, and making sure no veteran's story goes untold.
I'll probably continue to be writing to these veterans until the last World War II veteran dies.
Reporting in Fitchburg, Aaron Sullivan, NBC 15 News.
Well, since Henry sends out so many letters, the Veterans Breakfast Club hosted a stamp drive for him. He ended up getting around 300 stamps, all donated by veterans.